A mummy named Kap Dwa or Kap 2 has been exhibited for several years in one of the museums in Baltimore. She not only has 2 heads, but also has a gigantic stature. Many museum visitors believe that the giant is real. But is it really so? The mummy of a giant named Kap Dwa, Kap Dwa, or, as the giant is often called in Russian-speaking sources, Kap 2, is kept in one of the museums in American Baltimore. According to one version, the body of the 2-headed Kap Dwa, 66 meters tall, was found by the natives of Paraguay, who began to worship him. At some point, the captain of the British schooner George Bickle found out about this. He kidnapped the mummy and took her to the UK, from where she came to America along with a freak show. Kap Dwa was a 2-headed 12-foot-tall, Patagonian giant, living in the forest of Argentina. In 1673, the 2-headed giant was captured by Spanish sailors. However, when the giant escaped and fought back, it was killed and staked through the heart. It is only one story. The other story states the giant was found dead on the beach by Paraguay natives, who mummified the body and worshipped it in a ceremony. In both stories, Kap Dwa is mummified and brought back to Britain, and ends up in the Edwardian horror circuit and put on display. Eventually, Kap Dwa ended up in Baltimore, Maryland, and was part of Bob's sideshow at the Antique Man Limited in Baltimore. Many believe a hoax was created by historians and remains a topic of debate. Those who have seen Kap Dwa have been reported believing that it is accurate. However, the fact that it is not displayed in a museum and studied further does raise a few questions. Museum visitors in Baltimore willingly believe both in the first and in the second version. At least, many do not doubt that Kap Dwa's mummy is real. As one of the proofs of their correctness, they cite the fact that earlier navigators seriously believed that Patagonia was inhabited by people of gigantic stature. No wonder the writer Stefan Zweig noted that Patagonia was named so because Pato is translated as long legs. Moreover, the testimonies of the expedition members of Fernand Magellan, including Antonio Pigafetta, who recorded everything he saw in his diaries, have been preserved. Joseph Magadovich mentions this in his book Essays on the History of Geographical Discoveries. According to legend, Magellan and his comrades managed to catch 2 giants in Patagonia, who, as Pigafetta wrote, ate a basket of crackers at a time and drank half a bucket of water. And today you won't surprise anyone with Siamese twins. Whether or not you believe the story of Kap Dwa is a hoax or real, the Patagonese or Pagatonian giants did exist. According to records, they were between 12 to 15 feet tall, reportedly seen by Ferdinand Magellan and his crew. They stated they saw them while exploring South America in the 1520s. It was not the only report of giants. Dutch captain Sebald de Weert also reported seeing a diaresis race of giants diaresis on the coasts of South America and the Falkland Islands. Not only did they report seeing one, but a boat full of naked giants with long hair, reddish-brown skin, and reportedly aggressive. However, some are still wary of Kap Dwa's mummy. So, the well-known researcher Matt Bile on the pages of the publication Of Books and Beasts, Matt Bile, frankly calls the giant from Baltimore a fake. The fact is that serious scientists have never studied the body of a Patagonian. Not a single examination has been carried out that would prove that the mummy is genuine. Therefore, there are those who call Kap Dwa just the work of a skilled taxidermist. Yes, and the same Joseph Magadovich believes that Antonio Pigafetta exaggeratedly described the Patagonians as real giants. The name of the giant also raises questions. Allegedly, Kap Dwa is translated from Malay as 2 heads. But then it is not clear what the Malays have to do with it. In addition, the institution in Baltimore, where the mummy is kept, positions itself as a museum. But, according to the British media, this is an antique shop owned by Robert Gerber and Robert Jansen, who can simply attract buyers with the help of a mummy. We know there have been cases of giants found worldwide, as well as conjoined twins. However, discovering a human, giant or not, a conjoined twin can have two heads, a condition called dicephalic parapagus. Most do not survive infancy. However, a set of twins, Abby and Brittany Hensel, have lived until adulthood, born in 1990 and still alive. However, they are not giants. In the case of the Kap Dwa, they had dicephalic parapagus, a rare and lifespan-reducing disorder, gigantism. Nevertheless, they overcame all health concerns, or they could be part of a race of giants in Patagonia, allowing us to believe in something unexplainable since there have been reports of giants living and even being included in the Bible. However, there is evidence that the American circus entrepreneur Phineas Taylor Barnum made a major contribution to this mystery. Barnum was known for his skills in taxidermy. In other words, he created and offered to the world creatures directly from legends and fictions, created from mixing the preserved corpses of various animals. So he got the skeleton of a mermaid, a statue of a giant and many other mythical creatures. Despite the obvious deceit, the results of Barnum's work dispersed around the world. Sold as the only and real. A psychological effect was even named after Barnum. Recall that the tallest registered person in history, according to the Guinness Book of Records, about the growth of which there is undoubted information, is American Robert Wadlow. He suffered from a pituitary tumor and acromegaly, so he grew up all his short life. When he died, his height was 272 centimeters. This is where our video ends. Friends, I will be very grateful if you just like, write a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being with us.